Hello YouTube. There is a way to make dungeons in Inkscape. I did this today, and this is probably how I'm going to do my dungeons going forward. This is actually a template that I already saved, but it's not in Inkscape by default. So let's start over. Let's start from something that there may be as a default. Maybe something like no. Is it something like, I don't know, that maybe? And also page is like that color, and there are no grids as a default. So maybe this looks like a default Inkscape document. Not entirely sure, but it's close enough. What I do is file, document properties. Then I like to use, of course, pixels here, pixels there. Then I did 800 times 800 on here, so it's a square. It's a square page. Now because I'm going to use a grid, rectangular grid, and make major line every 16 lines or 16 pixels, so that 800 divides nicely by that, because 2 is exactly half of 1600. So yeah, origin 00 spacing 1 looks good here. Let's change the colors up a bit. So page can be something like, it's a little bit darker here, a little bit more saturated, not too much, then like that. And a nice warm color might just be a little bit more bright. Yeah, that's good. Then on the desk, I don't like to look at that dull color, but it should be clearly darker than the page color, just so we can tell them apart from each other. So maybe something like that, nice warm brown color there. Okay, we're done with that. Let's just say check here again that everything's actually okay. Yeah, that is nice. Then just turn snapping on here, and that's basically our template. So we can now save this as save template. This is actually better one that I had before, so I'm going to replace the one that I had before. So dungeon craft, this is me. Like so. Replace, yes. And now then, square tool here. We have snapping on, so it draws. Let's fill color. This is something that I'm not a fan of, this kind of fill color now. So let's we do not want any of this, so let's just zero that. We want squares. Now we have nicely snapping, nice snap here. We can go closer, and we have, this is now 16 times 16 pixels. So here we would have like a dungeon or a room that's like 18 wide and 10 deep. We do not want stroke, not yet. Again, let's do nice little warmth there. Almost white, but not quite. Now let's fill last tile used. This should work fine for this. Okay, cool. And now just let's draw this like a hallway there. Goes here. Another room there. And we can add like doors and stuff if we want to. Let's maybe that can be a door. Like so. Or something else. You can probably use whatever you want. That is, I haven't decided what I use for doors yet. Maybe something like, maybe someone would use like something like this. And then just go with non-stroke. Or actually, just non-fill. But just a little bit of stroke with like this. Maybe that could be a door. Here again. Maybe that's a bit thick. Maybe it's a bit thick for a door. So maybe something like this should mark a door. Okay, that's cool enough. And this could be like a secret area, so we could write there. We could write like... that's a bit big. A bit big. Let's go for like 4. S. And that's like symbol for a secret area there. Anyway, you get the gist. Now that then we have the basics done. At some point we select these like big areas, not doors or not symbols, not those, but these areas here, rectangles, big rectangles. Let's group them like so, then duplicate that group, move that farthest down actually, and make them all be in a layer like so. Now group 11 that it automatically named group 11 there, let's just go to stroke like so, something like that, or 0.5. Stroke paint should maybe doesn't have to be pure black. It can be like bluish if you like, or something. Style, I like rounded edges, so let's go with those ones. They could even be dashes. Look at that. But I'm not doing dashes. No sir, no. There, and then I like to finish off with like a little bit of shading. So I'm gonna create this outline here. Like so. But this one, now we shall not have stroke. We shall fill it up with like something warm again, almost orangey. Not that orangey. Lighter. Something like this maybe, and then just move it down. So it just gives it a little bit of depth. That's it. There's plenty of space because this is 800 pixels times 800 pixels. But nice thing about vector graphics is that it's infinitely scalable. Yeah, then you can do, of course, everything inside of this, like make a plateau here. This could have like some kind of like a like texture to mark that it is actually elevation or whatever. By the way, you can bring in random or custom patterns here by going to File, Import. They're going to select the PNG file that I made in AZBrite earlier. Okay. And then object pattern, objects pattern. So it creates it here as a pattern. I ended up not using any patterns that I created because, oh well, apparently I can't paint patterns very well. But now that I've brought it up here, I can basically delete this one from here, select this one, and my pattern is there. I can use it and I can scale it like so. Maybe that could be my elevated part then. And then I would have to like mark some stairs to reach it. So I would do maybe something like this. You know, or something better. You, this is just very rudimentary. I'm still just also learning on how to do this in a vector graphics program, so this is probably not the best way to do it, but I like it. And it saves in an SVG format, because I was using this tool, dungeonscroll.com app. This is brilliant, but it saves in a proprietary format, and it like wants to sell me stuff and make me register and everything. So I'm not a fan of all of that stuff, but the tool itself is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. As you can see, very good. Well, I like my stuff to be in a format that I know that I can access in 10 years time if I need to. So plain old SVG is better in that regard, or at least I trust it more. And also Inkscape has been around like forever, so it's not going anywhere. Okay, maybe that's it for tonight. Bye.